and we were tripping back to your early days of being a child performer on some stages.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit more about how that started?
We did. So I'm old, so there wasn't like YouTube yet when I was a kid or anything like that. So I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, and there wasn't a ton of opportunities to perform or sing or, so, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And
Right.
so I just was like, I got a letter in the mail for pageants, and there was like a talent portion, and so I signed up to do that because I just wanted to get on stage and sing. And mind you, this is right when I broke like within days, if not the same day, of breaking my when I had selective mutism.
You went from zero to hero with this?
Zero hero and no time flat. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little backstory, because backstories are important, and you know, well, what's the backstory on that one? I won't jump into that, but you and I have spoken a lot.
Okay.
We've been working together for years. We did just get signed to a label in Nashville. We just recorded a single that's ready to drop, but we're waiting for the label to come out with it. In the meantime, we have done a lot of recordings and covers, collaborations, and a lot of lives where we've had a lot of conversations. And going back, you really could learn a lot about where we come from and what has brought us here, and really behind the scenes what keeps us together. I think there's a big part of our commonality is kind of like our root stories. But so I mean, I'll just introduce it that Victoria has been a fabulous performer from a very young age, but even before that young age, hitting the stage and shining bright, she came out of selective mutism that she experienced as a kid, where she was, how many years were you quiet?
Like two, maybe 3 years, 2.5 years, I think.
2.5 years.
It was a symptom of PTSD. I really drew the short straw in a situation early on, and we can go into that at some point if you want, but I don't want to be a bummer. The point is that,
I mean, like, it's okay as long as we'll get to where you are now. And hey, Sammy, how you doing, buddy? Yep.
Psych. Okay, hi.
Your story is the zero to hero, right? So I mean, you go from that PTSD and like our lives, this journey of the choices that we make, hopefully get us to a better place. And and I've seen you be able to achieve incredible things. So it's quite a story.
Thank you.
Okay, so then you went from coming out of that to like Broadway, basically.
So, well, not yet. So I came out. When I was so quiet, it wasn't that I was just quiet. I didn't communicate at any capacity. So I wasn't. I wouldn't cooperate in school and class. I wouldn't I was just I was invisible, right, in my own mind. I'm like, I'm not here. Right. And then one day I started just belting out the Little Mermaid song, and it was just easy and effortless, and I had, I could do it. I had chops, and I think it's because when you are silent, that's like a spiritual practice. I think that in some way I was shutting down for sure, but it's also, I think, was maybe an important part of my life story, because when you're really quiet, you listen differently. So differently. Hi. And so I was able to understand when I was listening, especially like to Celine Dion, like Disney music. That's all I watched was Disney music. And so I would listen to Celine Dion at the end of Beauty and the Beast just over and over again. But because I wasn't just listening like a bystander listener, I learned how to listen with my whole body. And so I could feel in my body and in my face and in my mask and in my nasal cavities and everywhere but my brain, how she was making the sounds she was making, and where in her body it was resonating. And now I just mimicked it. And same thing with The Little Mermaid and Thumbelina, you know, all of those movies. And so there was this moment where, and I felt this in Muscle Shoals, and this is the only other time I've ever felt this in the studio. I felt this moment where I don't know how to explain it, but I couldn't not sing. It was going to burst out of me. And so, ooh, I don't know, I'm like being all emotional.
Muscle Shoals has got a very interesting back history in terms of before, you know, when the indigenous used to call it, like, I don't know what, I'm paraphrasing, but something like the Singing River or something like that.
It was the Singing River.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was the Singing River.
Because there was some like absolute tangible musicality that was emanating from this area, that from which a music studio, Muscle Shoals, popped up, and then happened to continue the story of song through some of the greatest hits we've all heard, loved, and shared, you know, throughout the time. So that's another backstory. Very interesting what you say about Muscle Shoals.
Magical place.
Yeah, magical. And your story starting about how you're listening, what happens there. I mean, listening is a big word for what I was working through this morning.
Oh.
Because I was putting together, I want to talk. You know, I've lived long enough now. I've lived through things, and I was putting together like a presentation for another keynote, and it was based on listening really being like where truly the bridges begin, you know, is in that. And you're telling us how, like, and you have an exceptional story of listening where, you know, even at our best, it's not at the depth from which you are now speaking. So it's adding this like validity to the seed of what listening can do, you know.
Huge. Changed my life. In fact, I need to take a page out of that, you know, 6-year-old's, 7, 8-year-old's book, you know, because I never shut up, but like, but at the time, you know, I think in a way it was healing for me. And I know for sure that if I hadn't lost my, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
If I hadn't lost my voice, I wouldn't have found it, you know? So I wouldn't have chosen what happened to me, but I know that it was an important part of my story. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so emotional right now.
Okay, emotions are real.
Yeah.
Life is real.
Yeah, it is. But so I don't, and I was afraid, and still am, honestly, afraid of like everything, kind of, but I'm also not. I'm also okay with being, I guess. I don't know. I'm complicated, but at that point, from being 11, you know, or 11, no, I wasn't 11, I was 7, yeah. I just had that moment where I just broke through and couldn't not sing, and then I was like, I got that thing in the mail, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and my mom's like, you started talking like 11 minutes ago. No chance you're going on stage, huh? Who even are you? And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. And she was like, okay, you know? So I did. I got on stage, and I didn't win the first one I did. But then I figured out how to do this. And then I did win. And then I went to nationals, and I won nationals. And then in there, I got, there's a lot of things happening between this, but somebody heard me in the audience there, and then they started playing me on the radio in Netherlands, and anyway, all that. It was just a wild domino effect. It was just like, okay, I know this doesn't make sense to anyone, but even before I started talking, I saw this homework assignment recently, because my parents' house got on fire. There's a bunch of documents we started going through, and this homework asked, you know, we must have been kindergarten, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, singer. And I was mute.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, go figure. So, I mean, it's a Hallmark story all over the place. Well, I'm going to entertain my idea to segue with our listening to Let's Share a Song, the duet that we recorded, you and I, and it's also a nice testament to this moment. It's a cover that was kind of were commissioned to record, and for a very special friend and fan of ours. And it's called, and I think it's apropos, right? It's called "Don't Give Up," covered by Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, song by Victoria and I. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with y'all, and we'll check back in just a moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this and put it over here so they can see it too. Let me do.
In this proud land we grew up strong. We were wanted all along. I was taught to fight, taught to win. I never thought I could fail. No fight left, or so it seems. I am a man whose dreams have all deserted. I've changed.
Hey guys. Thanks, Bobby. I love Celine Dion too. Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Going through it, guys. Don't give up. You're not trying to go moment by moment, you know? Don't give up. I know you can make it good. Thanks, Sammy. Huggles, that's so cute. Oh no, it's frozen. Uh-oh. On the place that I was born, on the lakeside, as daylight broke, I saw the earth. The trees had burned down to the ground. Don't give up. You still Let's see, what's mine? Don't give up. We don't need much of anything. That was a bluesy note. Give up, 'cause somewhere there's a place where we belong. Oh, I love this song. I forgot. You worry too much. It's gonna be alright. When times get tough, you can fall back on us. So please, 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 don't give up. I'm going to walk out of here. I can't take it anymore. Gonna stand on that bridge, keep my eyes down below. Whatever may come and whatever may go, that river's flowing. That river's flowing. Moved on to another town. Tried hard to settle down. For every job, so many men, no one needs. Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. not the only one. Don't give up. There's no reason to be ashamed. Don't give up. You still have us. Don't give up. We're proud of who you are. Don't give up. You know it's never been easy. Don't give up. I believe there's a place where we belong. Oh, let me put this back up here like this.
Welcome back. My goodness,
That was
it's an emotional one. You know, and I love how it, you know, freedom of expression. You know, that's such a vibe that it's just for the purpose of doing what it needs to do, and you know, and what it's doing now. So I'm grateful that you know, we've had these opportunities to put these on tape and share them and let them remind us, you know, these emotions that we have when we listen to music. Yeah, it's crazy. It almost felt like it was like old me singing to me right now, you know. Oh, sorry. I'm fine. Okay, anyway. Well, you know what? On the real talk, that's such an incredible relationship. Like you talk, you know, not so much the old you talking to you now, but you talking to your older self then, especially when you were, you know, totally younger age, right? Like I've seen it where, you know, I'm around medical world people and mental health stuff, and you know, and I see it in, like, you know, in my family, people work like that, people around me work like that. And I listen, so, you know, and I ask a lot of questions. But yeah, I've come to learn that, yeah, having even a picture of you as a child and then talking to that picture, you know, like really, because, you know, we talk about this quite a bit, like doing the shadow work, you know, like working on that, you know, is like a real part of, I think a lot of the world is doing that. I think a lot of, like, I saw you're doing one of these clips, came out and centered on like ayahuasca, you know, and ayahuasca, like I was doing documentaries in the jungles like a long time ago, and this was not pop culture, and I wasn't doing ayahuasca or anything like this, but still, even the conversations, like, were nowhere close to what has been transpiring in the world in the last 10 years, 15, sure. So yeah, I'm not sure where I was going with that now, but yeah, all of it just to say, yeah, that, yeah, conversations with your old self is a good part of healing and the shadow work, and just hey, Dad. Helping each other get out of that, you know, helping, you know, connecting with each other on the way up. Yeah, I'm doing the shadow work right now. It is ugly and it is not a good time, but it's like, I guess, like spiritual gym, you know? It's like, do I love how my muscles feel while they're burning? No, but I do love how I'm gonna feel afterwards. So, Dad, what? That's great. I haven't seen you forever. Anyway, it's just, it's good for your soul, you know, to do the shadow work. And it's like, I heard this thing yesterday about buffalo. And when the buffalo see a storm coming, instead of going away from the storm, that they, as a collective herd, run towards it, because of it, ultimately they're going to be in the rain for less time. They go through this. They have to go through it. They run right through it. They go towards it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a great metaphor for life. It really is. Yeah, you gotta feel it. You gotta go through it. Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm even grateful when you say the buffalo, the relationship I get to have with them, because, you know, My wife is from Buffalo country.
Really?
Like, yeah, man. Like I still get to see. They just did the Buffalo Roundup, and I was like, damn, I wish I was there. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we could be like that. The problem is, if you don't go through it, then you're just always just you just step outside of the storm. You know, as I storm, you're just kind of chasing it, and we never just it'll just keep doing that.
Rite of passage, go through it. Yeah, and for all of y'all who are connecting with us, we've been having a lot of these conversations for a long time now. And one thing, basically, it's like we always come back to talk about how we get through life as artists, because because being an artist is an entertainer is a special lane to be in, and have to deal with so many opinions and ideas and ideals and all these things. So we circle in a lot about, like, how we manage to get through some of these obstacles. And one thing that keeps coming up, I mean, that I keep on crutching on, maybe it's definitely me, but it comes there are these 4 agreements that, like, I keep finding useful.
Absolutely.
And I them a lot. So you'll hear me reference them a lot, and I'm inclined to do it now because, it, and we can, look them up, because I've talked about them enough. I do want to just say that, yeah, I with those tools, you can kind of push through these storms and rite of passage your way through it. And
100%.
yeah, and it's like those hard stories of, it didn't break you, it made you stronger, but like, damn, like, I mean,
yeah.
Myself, and I'm like, sometimes, speaking with you, I get a smile, and I'm all, like, I wouldn't guess some of the storms I've had to endure, so, like, and life is like that, life was so to your point,
yeah, we get through it. I asked I did the prompt, your favorite song to sing along to, and Ted said, "Have I told you lately?" Rod Stewart. How does that go again? That I love you? Have I told you lately that I love you? Is it that song?
Rod Stewart. That was a classic voice, that guy.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, you're right. So we do that. We talk about, music. How do we because the highs are really high. That's so true. But the lows are really low. They can be until I've gotten you need to have thick skin without hardening yourself is what's important, and that's an art form in and of itself, right?
You can say that. Can you rewind the tape? Say that.
You gotta have thick skin without hardening yourself, because you can't really make art if your heart is not open, and if you're trying to protect yourself from getting hurt all the time, then you're also protecting yourself from being openly creative and feeling joy and feeling life all the way. So that's why the 4 agreements are important, because you have to learn to not take things personally, which is not easy all the time, because sometimes it is personal. But here's the thing, as an artist, you have to take your identity off of it, because you have to remind yourself, like, okay, it was a bad note, not a bad voice. Truly.
Say that 10 more times.
Bad note, not a bad voice. You made a mess. You are not a mess.
Yeah.
Take your identity off of it, because it's too much weight. Like, there was a period of time where I put so much pressure on myself that I would get sick before every show, and it's just this weird form of self-sabotage that, like, if I'm sick, I have something to blame if I don't do perfectly, and then you're not even really in the moment, because you're too focused on being perfect, and you can't just let go and allow it to happen,
right.
And you have to if you put out a song and people don't like it, instead of it being people don't like the song I put out, it's people don't like me.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
You have to let go of that.
It's huge, and it's like one of the I would say one of the biggest ones, and like what happens in the music world also happens in a lot of other, like, the truth is greater than even just the musical experience. It's like holding yourself up to this false idea that is like the ultimate illusion that, you know, when you that we're trying to like figure out, you know, figure our emotions as it slaps us around a little bit each time we get, you know, we slip into that
That
trap,
space. Yeah,
that
100%.
space, you
That's
know?
what happens all the time. And it's like I've seen other artists that are like, well, I'm just gonna they make like they have a persona. Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. Like, but haven't you ever felt like, oh shoot, I almost dropped my water. Have you ever felt like that before where you're just like, oh, I've become either not different from who you are when you're on stage, but you just feel like the most who you are on stage, like this other side comes out of you, sort of, that you're like, I remember that happening when I first got on stage. I was just like, who was that? You know?
Yeah.
And it turns out me, it just
Yeah.
it just brought that other side of me out, and it just kind of shows you, I don't know, who we're very multifaceted people, and we're complex, and it's fun doing that because you can just, it's almost like you're deciding who you want to be, and it's a character choice, but also it's still you at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the cornerstone of where you meet creativity, you know, like the choices that you make and like the expressions that you choose. You know, it's like it becomes a creative expression, you know, that appears based on the choices that you make. And so yeah, it definitely pulls from you. Like you are the one making it all unfold, you know.
Totally. I feel like when you're doing it right too, I think you just you go on stage, and then it's just this like flow state almost starts happening. You just
100%.
know what to say, and you don't think about it I don't do my banter ahead of time. Right. I might have like an idea of what I want to say, but it forces you to be totally present and just to really be there, and
Yes.
you know, and connecting with your audience. And the whole reason this is fun is the connection. It's the connection part of it. It's, man, music spoke to me in a way that changed my life. I want to speak to other people so that they have that experience too.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're live and I can feel you feeling me, and that's like there's a connectedness that no one can take away from us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just why I do this.
Yeah, it's a vibe, it's a feeling, and it's a hook, right? I mean, the original hook,
Yeah.
right? Is that connection is so pure and like, you know, and there's so many different connections, right? Because I'm imagining myself as, you know, when I'm hitting that pocket, it's because, you know, I'm a guitar player and I'm, you know, singing. It's all about there's a connection in the vibration that's surreal, and all of a sudden, like, those feelings are hard to find outside of that space.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a period of time, well, when I first started, there was no agenda in my head. I mean, I knew I was going to be a singer, and I knew I was singing, but there was not this added pressure that later I put on myself. My career was unfolding so effortlessly. I wasn't even trying. I was just singing. And now, don't take it the wrong way, I was doing the work. I wasn't just singing. I did my vocal exercises. I found a coach, and I did the work. And I didn't just perfect practice makes perfect, you know, but I did the work. But then later, I very much it became my identity. It was Victoria the singer. You know, like I went to a different school, and they were like, oh, Victoria the singer. And so now I'm like, there's a lot of pressure here, you know?
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's almost kind of where the artist becomes an entertainer. Like, they're not the same thing.
No, they are not the same thing.
Yeah.
And there was a long time when I was so focused on now I am a singer. I have to sing. I have to be perfect. There are expectations of me.
Right,
And
right, right.
so I lost that ability to flow, and it really stopped being fun for me for a long
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's the an issue that like is rent like it's a big one.
yeah,
Like, you know, like so many slightly derailed detours emanate from like that exact all of a sudden I have an idea of what I need to be and like and try to hold it up. And like, you know, and a lot of time for many years growing up, like society was trying to even hold up that ideal, you know,
yeah,
and so many people were crashing out because and the society was crashing out because that it doesn't hold up. And now that you have ayahuasca coming out everywhere, people are like, no. That's House of Cards, y'all. Like this is the real thing that's happened way before you, happened way after you, you know. And it's a different song, you know, and it's a different dance,
you're right.
And and so it's an interesting crossroad that we're at. I mean, honestly, which is as a as artists in this world and this world at this time,
Yeah.
you know, it's like it all it's all happening live and direct.
Live and direct. You're right. It
Yeah,
is. It's a
yeah,
wild time, but those were lessons that were also important for me to learn because if I
yeah,
didn't, plug in my computer. If I didn't go through that period where I'm like, this isn't fun for me, yet I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah.
What what's happening? And so you know, you just do a good amount of shadow work and just facing your fears and just being like, if I'm not perfect, what will happen? What's
Yeah,
actually going to happen if I'm not perfect?
yeah,
Okay, worst case scenario, people like boo you. Who cares?
yeah, yeah,
Who cares? Stop
yeah,
being of it. That doesn't matter. It at a certain point, complacency starts to hurt worse than whatever it is that you are fearing.
hmm,
You know, because not thriving is my nightmare. And
hmm,
so, like, just not living up to my potential is my nightmare. And so I'm
yeah,
like, no, whatever this, just do it. And so then I got on stage and a lot of things happened in between that. But I've just dropped it. It just went off. And now doing shows, I don't have nerves anymore. I mean, it's not that I don't get like a healthy amount of nervous, but I don't, you know, I'm very free and I found my flow again. And I, both physically on stage and emotionally and vocally, you know, like I'll be practicing at home and I'm like, well, I can't hit that note. So I'm just going to put this in my head voice instead of my belt, you know?
hmm,
And then you get on stage and it just comes out so easy in your belt. And you're like, what just happened?
yeah,
I know this sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure sometimes it's adrenaline. Sometimes I'm
yeah, yeah,
channeling.
yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, absolutely. And
Thanks,
recently
Sammy.
you've been sharing some really great notes on the socials, tied to the single that you just dropped. That's tied to the film that's now available on Amazon Prime, and I don't know what Hollywood Grit, starring Victoria Renee as an actress, right? Or as you're singing in it. But I mean, you're on the screen as well as the voice behind some of the music. And the first single of that movie dropped. As soon as we have a video, I'd love to share that. And if you
Absolutely.
guys go look up Victoria Renee anywhere right now these days, you're gonna see this one note that you're hitting, girl, that is fire. Like, and it's live, and you're just like, it's just this like, yeah. That's why there's
Oh.
only one Victoria Renee, you know.
Oh,
So
Samira, thank you.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
really sweet.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
absolutely. And
Appreciate
it's
that.
been such a joy meeting you on the journey and seeing the natural unfolding of our creativity, putting in, you know,
Yeah.
resulting in all of these songs. And so we did make a point before we went live that we're going to share music of what we've done together. So let's make it a moment to pull up another video and somebody tell me which one to play from what Victoria and I have done. It can be from the comments. Victoria, you can be the
Ooh, good
one.
idea. Yeah, Sammy, which song? What are our options? We have
I mean, what have we done that's out there?
Watermelon
Watermelon
Moonshine.
Moonshine is a good feeler.
Thank God.
Thank God.
You could do Thank God. We haven't done that in a while.
Let's do Thank God.
Let's do Thank God.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's do it. We could use a little gratitude right now. This one's gonna hurt, but it's okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Where is it?
I'm gonna put it on here too.
Oh, that's okay.
So you can see what I can see.
Stand by, y'all.
Oh wait, I kind of have to.
Is it this one where we have it? No, it's not that one. All right, so I'm gonna close this one out. So you want to tell them a little bit about us recording this one?
Thank God, thank God. Where did we? Oh,
what day is it?
What day is it? We did this one a while ago. I think right when around the song came out, and Samir came into town, and I think this is when we started singing in the park, right? And then we were playing it in the living room. Was that one of these? That was the song. Thank God. Yeah, right.
One of those. Yep.
Yeah, and was it my idea to do it?
I think it was.
Yeah. I love that they're married in real life too.
Yeah, it's so sweet. Right?
It is. More love songs. You got it?
And it's like, and it was very personal for me at the same time as well. Because it was, truth is, like, we just started to connect and we were taking gamblings on each other, Meanwhile, there was this other situation going on my side where I saw, where artists were making different choices. Like when they were bubbling up, they weren't putting their hand out when they could, but we were. And so, like, it was all kind of coming up. It was a beautiful moment. I'm happy to share this one. This is Victoria and I singing Thank God by
Kane Brown and
Brown. Caitlin Brown. Kane and Caitlin Brown.
Kane and Caitlin Brown. That's so cute. Aw.
I was lost, you found a way to bring me back. Needed forgiveness, you always gave me that. Girl, I'm a witness of your love, 'cause you don't be giving up. And it's crazy how you saved me. Hang on the Bible, don't know how I got you, but I couldn't ask for more. And girl, what we got's worth thanking God for. So thank God I get to wake up by your side. And thank God your hand fits perfectly in mine. And thank God you loved me when you didn't have to. But you did, and you do, and he knew. Thank God for giving me you. Thank God. Thank God for giving me you. Never thought I'd find an angel undercover. Made a change to everything, from my heart to my last name. Hey, hard to tell when I felt that boy was heaven sent. And every night I close my eyes before I say amen. I thank God I get to wake up by your side. Thank God your hand fits perfectly in mine. Thank God you loved me when you didn't have to. But you did, and you do, and he knew. Thank God for giving me you. Thank God. Thank God, yeah. Thank God. Hand on the Bible, don't know how I got you. I couldn't ask for more. Girl, what we got's worth thanking God for. So thank God I get to wake up by your side. Thank God your hand fits perfectly in mine. Thank God you loved me when you didn't have to. But you did, and you do, and he knew. Thank God for giving me you. Thank God. Thank God, yeah, yeah. Thank God. Thank God for giving me you. Thank God, yeah, yeah. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for giving me you. Woo. Thank God for giving me you.
Wow.
Music doing this thing again.
There you
Of,
go. I
yeah,
love that. I forgot. Oh, Sammy,
yeah,
you were lucky. We all were lucky to have your mom, buddy.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, what a bop, you know? Thanks for playing that one.
Sure, yeah.
He
It was,
didn't
it was
laugh.
fun cutting that. And yeah, and more to come. We have other songs coming through for sure.
Yeah, I feel like this next one's gonna be one of our best.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Do.
we're gonna have to get started without Nico. I almost made him too busy. The cat is so busy right now.
It's okay.
Yeah, so but we'll get going with it.
We'll just do
Yeah,
it. No
yeah, yeah,
worries.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. We love busy, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That's good.
yeah. Good for him. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's good for him.
And so then I was thinking maybe in the third segment here we do a little bit. Although I could talk to you forever, but the little this and that situation. And at first I had something pulled up because I thought the battery was going to last longer, and I've been feeling right now. I'm in full autumn mode in DC. In DC, it's like the colors are cray out here. So I was going to do something about seasons, but then we started talking about artists and performer, and I thought maybe to jump into something like that.
I like that
But,
idea.
but before we get into that game that we like to play, is there any closing thoughts you wanna harp in on? Jump in?
Closing thoughts? I
Any
mean,
closing thoughts?
no, I'm really grateful for, you know, you and for everybody here that's been joining. It was a very vulnerable conversation today, and we'll bring it up a little bit and on a high note, and and just you know, after next Friday, you know, 11:30 PDT PST Pacific Standard, yeah. PTSD.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because one thing, we definitely do keep it real, so that's cool. But there's always a lot of stuff going on, so it's fun to put you guys into it. From songs that we're releasing to projects that we're working on individually, both personally or professionally, because I have a studio, we got cool stuff going on in there. So it's fun, and when we're really hitting this hot, we bring in people and we talk to them as well.
we do.
So maybe we can bring in some interviewee again soon.
Right.
We missed an opportunity to talk to your husband Link when he was a part of that whole Jimmy Kimmel, because he works with Jimmy Kimmel. He would have been interesting to bring him in and talk to him when that got pulled and put back on the air and all of that, and how that was impacting him and you guys and all of that. But yeah, we've had some interesting conversations. We brought in some old legendary Motown producers. We have had Grammy-winning, multi-Grammy-winning engineers on here that we've chatted with. Actors, musicians, the whole thing. We just come at it with inspiration. Yeah. So, and we take ideas. When you guys have ideas and you guys push us in the direction we go.
We're open.
Let us know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Ask us questions. And we'll be sure to turn your volume up as well and see what kind of symphonies we can get ourselves into. So in the meantime, let's jump into this and that. Victoria, do you want to do it on the seasons, or do you want to do it on artist performer?
Let's do it on artist performer.
Artist performer.
Let's do seasons next week. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. I gotta do it. Okay, so this is ChatGPT is my 10x, by the way. I just want you all I am not even messing around.
What do you mean you're 10x?
I mean, it makes me 10 times more efficient.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Hands down, so much more efficient.
Yeah.
And it's people haven't fully accepted it, in terms of still have opinions that it's not, Anyway, I love it.
I think you just gotta use it the right way. I think there's I'm both sides of this. I could argue. It's not going away, and it does make your life easier. So use it, for the right reasons, the right way.
It's definitely the paintbrush is only the paintbrush. It's how the painter uses it, right?
That's right.
I'm with you on that. Okay. All right, cool. So this one, the artist edition. All right, Creative Mind. Okay, where are we at today, Victoria? this or that. Lyrics first or melody first?
Melody first.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy.
Interesting, easy, right? That's my go-to. But you've been doing a lot of songwriting, so I thought maybe you would have been like, you've been like, going to Muscle Shoals for these songwriting workshops. I thought maybe you would have gone to lyrics. But cool. All right, melody first, totally. Musician first, 100%. Really looking up to people that can write a good lyric, actually.
Me too.
All right, here we go. Number 2, late night writing session or early morning inspiration?
Wait. Sorry, I'm having deja vu right now. I think I had a dream where you and I were in a writing session recently. Okay, anyway, sorry, what did you just ask me?
Yeah. Late night writing session or early morning inspiration? And then next we'll talk about your dream.
Well, can you have inspiration during your writing session? That's ideal. If you're just writing and there's not inspiration, that's a problem.
But like late night or early morning? Like where do you find your juju?
Late night.
100%.
Easy.
I'm such late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going back, I thrive in the hours of like 11 and 2. 11 p.m. 2 a.m. Like
same.
But it makes it the next day a little,
hard.
Anyway.
Same.
But I love those hours for creativity.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool.
What else?
And and I'm glad. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Let's get into that songwriting session. Let's do it.
True. Let's do it.
It's a great Jack Johnson lyric. Anyway, don't let your dreams be dreams.
That's a great.
Okay, cool. Number 3, headphones in solitude or jam with friends?
Jam with friends.
So fun, right?
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a time and place. Sometimes headphones in solitude is like it.
That's true.
You just listen to these produced tracks that are incredible, but like nothing like jamming with friends.
No.
I miss that. I really need more performance. I'm a studio guy now. I do so much more recording, but I miss jamming. I miss jamming. That's what I grew up. I grew up jamming. Now when we have a studio and we bring people together and they listen to beats. I'm like, yo, let's get on some instruments. Can we like play some music together?
Yeah. That's where the magic happens. I'm telling you.
And that leads to number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's also a good question. Studio perfection or live imperfections?
Well, that depends on what the live imperfections.
Like you for the live moment, just like.
Yeah, but be rehearsed enough to not have lots of those, like, and what is the imperfection? Were you too fast, or did you do you have to do it a cappella because the equipment isn't working? Like, what is the imperfection? But still, I always would choose live over. Perfect is boring,
Yeah.
And even when we're recording, I don't want everything overly processed. Sometimes my mistakes or like the things that can be polished up or the thing that gives it character. And I don't want to sound like a vocal chain. I don't want to sound like everybody else. I want to sound like myself, but like better, But like better. But yeah. Okay, sorry, go ahead. Next one.
No, it's cool. I mean, I would say, just for the sake of perspective and because I spend a lot of time in the studio, studio perfection is also, for me, it's kind of like, I'm not mad at a polished marble, like table, like studio perfection, just sleek, fucking perfect, levels are just, like there's also,
got it.
there's also that,
Yeah.
And I've seen cats go from both sides of it, from being a musician to just a producer and like only wanting that studio essence and perfection. So
interesting.
They're both a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a few more. See, deep emotional lyrics or catchy feel-good hooks?
Catchy feel-good hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be sad. I'm tired of being sad.
I'm more of a deep emotional lyric guy, but I aspire for the catchy feel-good hooks, and I love when those do come through. I'm like, yes, it's like a bigger win when I can catch some of those feel
Yeah.
good catchy notes. You know, I really
I agree. I like both. I really do. But if you continue down that road, if you're sad and you're listening to sad music, you're just
yeah.
perpetuating more sadness, you know?
Yeah.
So let's
Like, deep emotional can also be like the journey of transformation. It doesn't have to be sad.
That's true. Oh, like a better tomorrow, you know,
Yeah,
is like
better
that.
tomorrow. Fire track. Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
when I met you, you were flying out there. They were flying you out to New York to go sing this in a beautiful dress and a beautiful stage with, yeah, just a beautiful
Awesome.
composition. That's a great song, y'all.
It's
If you
fun.
haven't checked it out, Better Tomorrow, Victoria Renee. It's incredible. In fact, yeah, that message for me is like what it's all about. So real
Yeah.
kudos on that song.
Thank you.
Love that one.
Thank you.
Number 6, vintage gear or modern plugins?
Vintage gear.
Yeah.
He's torn.
Yeah. I mean, for the first time in my life, am I torn? I've always been a vintage gear guy, hands down, bar none, like only but, you know. But modern plugins, like I'm starting to. I guess the more time you spend in the studio world, you realize what a convenience it is, the quality it's become, like the expression you're able to get. You know, like
You can mimic vintage stuff with the new technology, so it's kind of like loophole.
Yeah, there you go. We found it.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Okay, loophole for the win. All right, let's see. We got a couple more. I can use all this. 7. Oh, this is you were talking about this last week, and you've talked about this a couple of times. So I would guess what yours is, but endless takes or one raw take. I mean, it depends on the day. It depends on the moment.
I tend to do endless takes because I'm constantly trying to top myself, you know?
Yes.
But they're still raw takes, you know? But I also end up usually using the first, like, 2 or 3. I did.
An hour and a half of cuts. You're like, oh, I'll take the first one.
Yeah. Just happened.
I've edited the shit out of something, and I was like, the first edit was enough. You know, like I didn't need that extra hour and a half. But I'd have to say, right now, I'm a one raw take guy because like the amount of time I have, I'll set up at night, I'll turn on the lights, everybody, the lights are out, and I'll just try to crunch three movements like quick. You know, like just bang out these one raw take. You know, and I'll come back to it, and I've definitely pulled from that before to record some songs that have done really well. So I think it's enough, and so I'm going to say one raw take right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, also, if you're warmed up already, like just use that. You know, if the song is just sitting with you well, it's usually you get it like faster. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's those really hard ones for me. Like I had to do this really hard song, and I'm like, can I get this? I don't know. Overwork myself into the ground sometimes.
I mean, I'm doing endless takes right now. I'm learning this Brazilian bossa nova thing on the guitar.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, nice. And it's like, but like it's fast, you know, and it's like funky jazz chords. It's everywhere. I love it. It's super fun. So I'm like, you know,
get it.
Yeah, endless takes on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we at right now? Are we coffee fuel or creative stillness?
Okay. I want to say the second one, but like I love feeling like wired, you know, like cuz it makes me feel more alive, which makes my diaphragm more reactive, which makes my voice better. But the real creativity comes from stillness. So that's a character flaw.
Two sides pulling in different directions there. And I like them both too. I mean, shoot, I can't, you know, I'm a coffee fuel. I mean, that's what I run off of. But like, you know, yeah, right? And
not proud of that.
Yeah. But
I mean, I am. Please sponsor me, Ghost.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work. Sorry, go ahead.
That's good. All right, let's so we have
So
okay,
good.
2 more. Let's go. These are fun though. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this. Okay, what does it say here? Art, see, art for self-expression or art to connect with others. I
I
mean, you said
don't
it
know.
earlier. I think it's to connect with others, right?
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I don't know why you would ever have to choose, because
oh,
it is your
because
self-expression, and that is the way to connect with others, is because here's my authenticity. Here's something I created from my life with my voice in a way that only I could, and I hope that this can also speak to somebody else who can
yeah,
connect with it, because ideally it's a blueprint for someone else, right? Too. And it can speak to other people. That's how we connect. So I don't that's a trick
it's
question.
a good question. It's interesting because like I hear it from the, like the indie guitar songwriter who's just like just playing a song, that the song connects with people versus like I'll drop a name like the Michael Frantis of the world, if old hip hop guy, San Francisco, and man, his shows are just like so feel good because all he does, I mean, he's an incredible lyricist, great hip hop, but his shows are fire because he's always like, "How you feeling?" And they're like, "Great." He's like, and like
Connect.
beach balls, everybody sit down and then jump up and like, meanwhile he's coming at it with these like righteous lyrics that are just banging and like
Wow.
people are freaking out, and because his ability to connect with everybody is just like dynamite.
That's
like
dope.
literal dynamite. The guy blows up, every time he takes it to the stage.
That's what's up.
Versus, like
Come and
playing,
watch me.
yeah. Let me just sing my song in the corner, which is also can be beautiful, right? I'm not there's no, but so
I like people that
that's
have
how
an
I answer the question.
experience. I like
Yeah.
that. That's why I love calling responses and songs.
Yeah.
I do.
And I think this is my journey. I'm going through that journey because, like, I for sure was like a self-expression guy. Like, I was just telling a story that was dear to me, and like, hit it, understand it, don't understand it, like it, love it, hate it, whatever. Like, it wasn't about anything but just self-expression. But then, as I kind of like got into the performances of it, and graduating to higher levels of performances and stage presence and connectivity, I feel like, oh, there's an art there. That
Got
is
it.
like this fire too. So
Noise.
okay, here we go. So then, drum roll for this one. For this number 10. Okay. Huh, interesting. How old school are we? This is the truth at the bottom of this one. Writing in notebooks or voice memos on the phone.
Voice memos on the phone. We mentioned I'm a.
Yeah.
So, but the thing about voice memos on the phone is I'm an auditory processor, so I can say it into my phone, and in voice memos, it can transcribe it, But I understand the importance. When you say it out loud, I can process it better, and sometimes it gets me to a different place. But when you're writing it, you sit with the vibration of what you're writing for a little longer. So there's importance in both of those things. I have to be so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I think one of the most important relationships, like in creativity and out of creativity, is that relationship with a pen and a notebook. I mean, I say that idealistically because I have hella journals that I have filled out, but like I'm not filling them out all the time at all. Like I should, like I have gone serious chapters in my life where I did not write anything down, but like but of course other chapters I did, and
Same.
yeah. But voice memos are what, like, if I wake up at 3 a.m, go through some voice memo and be like, yeah, that's it. That's the song I want to cut tomorrow,
Yep.
and have it like light up a
Let's
whole
go.
journey. So
love
they're
that.
all something. They're all something.
Yeah.
Yeah, good moments to reflect. I'm glad we circled back with this or that, Victoria.
Me too.
Let's try to bring this back into our threshold.
Yeah.
And I think let's try to commit to dropping 2 videos every week and one of these, and then keep it. Talk about projects we got going on with what we're doing, what's going on, and then keep it real because we want. We do have experience. We've survived.
We've survived. Ask us
survivors.
Questions. Let us know what you guys want to do, what you want to talk about our careers, our lives, whatever. We like connecting. We've established this.
Let's connect again.
Yes.
Same time next
Same
week.
time next week.
And if not, sooner with you, okay?
All right, sounds
Thank you,
good.
everyone.
Bye, guys. Ooh.
Next week.
Next week. Okie dokie. Deep doop, deep doop. Bye, guys.